Welcome back to MidPoint. He is the Executive Director of the National Immigration Forum, Noorani, and she is the Director of Policy Studies for the Center for Immigration Studies, Jessica Vaughan. Jessica's group is the one that indeed found out about 34 million blank green cards and work permits being ordered by the Obama administration. Now, let's point this out. And Jessica, to you, these cards have not been printed. This is an RFP. This is a request for proposal. So this simply has not gone through yet. But does it not raise a red flag, the timing that it comes out in, just a couple of weeks before the midterms, and the fact that it was not out there for everyone to find? Or, please correct me if I'm wrong, was it out there that anyone could find at any time, or did you have to dig for this?
Well, I'm not aware that such an RFP was issued at any prior point. The date on it is October 2014. But it does show, that they are moving ahead with a plan. They want to be ready when the president decides that it's time to undertake this executive action, and they want to make sure that they can do it as quickly as possible. And again, this is, shows that they're not going to wait for Congress. They're not going to look for a compromise or a consensus. They're going to forge ahead with the president's agenda of legalization and a mass amnesty.
Ali, how do you get past the fact then that people will see this as an agenda, simply placed again? It is the timing that is sitting out here and the fact that it has come so quietly. How do people then, in your opinion, walk past this being anything more than just an administration's plan to bring in the illegal aliens, have it ready to do it? Congress be damned. Here it comes.
Well, on Thursday, for example, we've got over 150 people coming into town from across the country to talk about the future of America and how we continue to value immigrants and immigration. The fact that the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, at the beginning of their federal fiscal year, said, you know what, we're going to plan for the legislative change that Speaker Boehner would like to see, the legislative change that Senator McConnell would like to see, the legislative change the majority of Americans would like to see, to me is the way we want our government to function. And when we look across the country and we talk to faith leaders, law enforcement, business leaders at the local level in every nook and cranny of this country, they are saying the exact same thing. The status quo is what is undermining our economy and, frankly, our security. And you know what? If the federal government is actually going to plan for the future and the legislative change that Republicans claim to want, then this is actually a good step forward.
Well, I don't think the Republicans claim to want to bring 34 million in at any given time.
But
correct?
this is the thing. This 34. When you read the document, it wasn't even an RFP. It was a planned solicitation. So they're not even asking for a response. That 34 million is over 5 years at its high point, and they're saying that it would be. I mean, that's taking into account again USCIS serving at this point 6 million people a year going through the process. So this is good government, good planning, and ideally being able to work with Republicans and Democrats in Congress to fix this broken system.
Jessica, good government and good planning?
No, why would you plan for a scenario that's been rejected by Congress? Speaker Boehner doesn't support this approach. He came out with a statement criticizing USCIS for doing this. Mr. McConnell, Senator McConnell is, campaigning now against this proposal. So I think, you really can't make the claim that what USCIS is doing is fulfilling everyone's wishes. It's only going forward and planning for a scenario that the president does not have the authority to implement, that Congress has rejected, and that the American people does not think he should take right now. And
Ali,
in fact,
to you.
Democrats don't want him either.
Ali, to you.
So Speaker Boehner has said publicly that next year he would like to see immigration reform move forward. Last year, the Senate, on a bipartisan basis, passed common sense immigration reform solutions. So, if Republicans want the credit to take to Latino voters in 2016, 2015 will be their opportunity to pass immigration reform. And this may very well be the administration taking them at their word that they're going to make a run at immigration reform in 2015. And I think from a policy perspective and a political perspective, that is a good move by Republicans.
Ali, I've only got about a minute left. I just want to get you both real quick. In the New York Times, there's a report that says House Republicans don't need the Hispanic vote in 2014. 2016 maybe, but they don't need it right now. Do you think that's correct?
2014 is really about 2016. I would agree that the 2014 cycle is not really about Latino voters. That's why we've seen the debate be so polarized. But the day after the election, this November election, the dynamics turned completely, and every serious candidate Republican candidate for office, whether it's president or the 24 Senate seats that they're defending in 2016 will be looking for ways to serve the interests of Hispanic and Asian new American voters. And that's why we're going to see immigration reform.
Jessica, I only got 15 seconds left. Any response from the White House or anybody in the administration on your report?
No, we haven't. But certainly, I think the Republicans do want to reach out to Hispanic voters, but they don't want to sacrifice the interests of the American public and of legal immigrants to do that. And 2014 is most definitely going to be in part about immigration and about the disastrous policies of the Obama administration.
And we're going to have to stop it right there. Jessica Vaughan, Ali Noorani, thank you so much for joining us. MidPoint continues.